All right, what's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Thank you for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. As always, if you could, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification button to stay updated with all of my future Teachable Tuesdays content. This is going to be day 7 of my post-appendix surgery. As you guys know, who have been keeping up with the past couple of videos, a week ago, I had my appendix removed exactly at 11 o'clock last Sunday. Can't believe it's been a week already. Time is most certainly flying. I'm here to talk about my progress. This will be the last day that I'm going to talk about my progress on, a daily basis. And then after that, I'm going to keep you updated for the next 5 weeks, because typically when you have your appendix removed, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks to see a full-scale recovery. So, day 7 started off, well, let me just put it to you like this. If you saw yesterday's video, I kind of did a little bit too much. I'm not going to lie. I ended up performing with my group, The Innovators. Shout out to them. Make sure you follow our page, Soul Solid Force. And yeah, maybe it wasn't a good idea to give 60% of my full energy for a performance. Thank God for my sister Mercedes. Shout out to her. She ended up giving me a ride home right after the performance because I was in pain. I wasn't doing a whole bunch of jumping and, stuff like that like I normally do, but I think I did overexert myself just a little bit. Got to remind myself, Marcus, you just had surgery a week ago. You need to chill. Needless to say, today's progress, I'm a little better. It's still a bit of dullness in this area, so I'm assuming that will go away in due time. My bandages are starting to come off a little bit, which typically happens around this. I'm not ripping them off. They just, they say let the bandages come off naturally, and I have dissolvable stitches, so I don't have to go back to get the stitches removed, taken out. They're just there. So I haven't even seen the stitches yet because the bandages are still on there, because when I take a shower, I just gently pat down with warm soap and warm water. Like I said, just whatever the body's ready to release, it just falls off when it needs to. Getting out of bed this morning was a little bit dull, if you will. But again, I think that was because of last night's performance. I think I've just been kind of feeling it a little bit throughout the day. I am able to sit down for a little bit of a longer period of time. As you can see right now, it's not painful for me to sit down. It's actually easier for me to get up from a seated position now. I don't have to use leverage to pull myself up, although I still am, just to make sure I'm not straining myself. But there were a couple times I was able to get up from a seated position on my own accord without, doing this and just using my own abdominal strength. So it's getting a little better. It's definitely not 100%. It's maybe at 45, 50% right now. I did go on a little bit of a walk early, still keeping the blood flowing and whatnot, so on and so forth. Digestive tract is pretty much back to normal at this point. Everything is good. Everything is clear. I'm still a little bloated. And I think that it just takes some time to calm all that down. I haven't really taken any medication outside of just my regular pain medicine, which, by the way, I have not taken any medicine today at all. Just because I really haven't been in pain. I might take a little bit before I go to bed just to make sure I don't have any pain at night, because that's typically when the pain kind of occurs. But haven't needed to touch the strong stuff ever since that one day, which was on that Tuesday. So I'm good on that note. And overall, I'm feeling better. I'm able to stand up for a longer period of time. I did lay in the bed most of the day today, but that's because I was just recovering from yesterday. Tomorrow, it's time to get back to the normal routines. I don't have to go back to work yet. I actually don't have to go back to work until next week. So thank God for that. I got another week that I can have a chance to recover before I get back into normal procedures and things of that sort of nature. And then that's really going to be a test to see how my body's going to work. But I'm going to try to get myself into some more standard routines. I have a big test that I have to study for. For those of you who saw my video a couple weeks ago, I took the FTCE. I was not successful. I got a score update. I actually failed by 22 points. Yeah, you need 200 to pass. I got a 178. So this week is back to studying. I take the test on Friday. Y'all keep me in prayer. We're going to be locked in these next 4 days because we got to pass this test. It's about time. It's time to knock that test out the park. I normally say third time's a charm. I think I learned enough to where fourth time is going to be a charm. So it's going to be the revenge of me acing this exam so I could be done and finally get my professional certificate. But nonetheless, overall, I'm feeling much better. Thank you guys once again for your continued thoughts, prayers. I hope these videos, I should say, help anyone out who will ever go through an appendix, getting it removed, your surgery. Make sure you pay attention to the signs. A couple of things I want to say before I end this video, just real quick. I won't make this video too long, but post-week, a week of post-surgery, just if there's 3 big tips that I will add. Number 1, make sure you drink plenty of water, keep your body hydrated so you can keep your digestive system going, especially those first initial 2 or 3 days. Even though you're not going to probably have a bowel movement or an accurate bowel movement, still drink plenty of water. Keep yourself hydrated. Number 2, a lot of people have been asking me questions. Marcus, why are you moving around from time to time? Shouldn't you be in bed all day resting? No, you should not. You need to get up and move. I'm not saying you have to move every hour of the day. I'm not saying you have to go for a 5 or 6 hour mark, but you have to understand you've just had surgery, any type of surgery. And well, as far as an abdominal surgery, I'm sorry. They're going to require you to move when you are able to, because blood clots can form if you sit there. All right. So I know a lot of people have been like, man, you moving around. And yes, even if it's just moving around in your house, move your body. Besides, you can't baby it. Now, I'm not saying strain yourself. Please don't strain yourself, because I feel like I've strained myself a couple times this week, which is the one thing I will say is a bonus. Just be careful, because that can kind of dull your recovery process a little bit. But move your body. That's the only way you're going to recover. Don't baby it. Don't overdo it, but don't baby it either. And then number 3, just find different formats to make yourself feel comfortable. Obviously, if you're living with family or a significant other or friends or roommates, it's probably a little bit easier. But if you're someone like me and you're living by yourself, just try different methods to make yourself more comfortable. Maybe you got to sleep on the edge of the bed so it's easier for you to get out of bed if your bed's a little higher. Unless you got like something you could pull up on. If you got something you could pull up on, do that. Use that to assist you with your strength and whatnot. Just try to make yourself as comfortable as possible. If there's any form of discomfort, don't ignore it. Just keep trying. Like, I'll give you a prime example. I just tried to sleep the regular way in my bed. Not on my side. I haven't tried to sleep on my side yet. I'll probably try that after day 10. But I tried to sleep up top of my bed like I normally do. The regular way you sleep in your bed. And when I tried to get out, it was uncomfortable. I was able to push myself up, so that's good news. That means my abdominal area is getting stronger. But it was a dull pain when I got up. It wasn't excruciating pain like it would have been a couple days ago, but it was so dull. And I was like, yep. So I guess for the next 3 or 4 nights, I'm going to continue to sleep on the edge of the bed. Not quite there yet where I can move back up to the top. But again, every day you got to measure your progress to see how things are going to go, how you're going to feel, and so on and so forth. So don't beat yourself up. Remember, a surgery like this is pretty major, even though it's a laparoscopic surgery, which means it's smaller incisions as opposed to them just cutting you super wide open. You still got to be patient with your body. You still need to make sure you listen to your body, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So take that in stride. Hopefully, if you're watching this video, you'll never have to go through this. But if you do, check out my other videos as I go day by day to let you know what's going on. And then when I get to week 6, I can finally break everything down from you. I'm doing this because it's just very interesting. It's happened to a couple of my family members. It's happened to a couple of friends of mine. I never thought it would happen to me, but again, you never think it would happen to you until it actually happens, right? And now I'm just like, this is kind of cool. In a sense, the pain sucks, but it's cool. Also, it's still painful when I cough or when I sneeze. Like, I put a pillow when I'm about to cough or when I'm sneezing. One more thing, I almost forgot. Use the breath thing. I can't think of the name of the machine, the little thing where you you exhale. Do that. I didn't do that enough. Thank God my lungs are fine, but that is a direction that I probably should have followed. But you need to make sure you follow that so that way you don't build up pneumonia, because especially those first couple of days, everything is out of whack because you still have the anesthesia in your system, and that's full of carbon monoxide. So the first couple of days you're going to have shortness of breath. My breathing actually returned to normal after day 3. But, just put it out there. Anyways, Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. I really appreciate you guys for joining in. Hopefully, I'll have some more videos for you this week. This will be the last post appendix video for a week. So from here on out, after today, I'm going to do one for week 2, then week 3, then week 4, then week 5, then week 6. I got some content that I need to get out to you. Still got the Summer on Smash series. So for the next 4 days, we're going to be doing episode 13, 14, 15, and 16. There may be some videos where you might see, some days you might see 2 videos up. Possibly. It just depends on how my studying goes, because that's the first priority for me right now. But, you know, thank you guys for locking in with me as always. Appreciate it. Hopefully, if not this week, definitely by August, we'll be full-blown back to normal. But until then, see you guys soon. Peace.